Now, very quickly, I want to make a video about the new AMD graphic cards that's going to be announced pretty soon. This is the RX 9070 XT. I'm not going to go with too much in the specs because I don't believe anything of those before we actually see the product. But I would like to say what I want to see from this card. From what I understand, the AMD pretty much give up to high-end graphics card. They don't want to compete with Nvidia on that level, so they're gonna remain on the mid-level pretty much. Now, what I want to see from Nvidia and from AMD and also Nvidia in the future, very quickly now, I would like to see high-end video cards, mid-range video cards, and the low-end video cards should disappear and should be replaced by the internal graphics. So we have that CPU with the internal graphics, which is gonna be an APU. Now back to the RX 9070 XT. What I would like to see, and I'm gonna look a bit from the data here very quickly. 16 gigs of RAM, that's great. I think it's good. GDDR6 a bit. It's not even GDDR6X, not to mention the GDDR7. There is a big step behind, in my opinion, but we will see how that performs. Now, a dual slot card, that's great. I think. The Nvidia with the 50 series, they also make them dual slot cards from the Founders Edition, but from third-party aftermarket ones, I think I saw pretty much all of them in a triple slot. So pretty much you're gonna have the dual slot only on the Founders Edition cards. Probably the same story with the AMD too. Now, what I want to see, TDP is 260 watts. I think it's a lot. In my opinion, it should be no more than 200, and the suggested PCU should be stopped at 550, 500, around that watts. But again, that's what I wish to see it. Maybe in the future, not with the 9070 XT, but maybe with the next generation one. The power connection, 2 or 8-pin connection, I would like to see 1, not 2. And pretty much the price now. The price that one of those RX 9070 is gonna be, I think, in my opinion, at the most that they can charge for one of those should be the price of the RX 7060, so $550 retail price, or at least MSRP, because the retail price probably is gonna be a bit higher than that. But everything more than that, I don't think they're gonna have such a great hit with the consumers. Probably one of those cards ideally is gonna be at $499, $500. But again, even in my opinion, as you already see with the OnePlus videos, I think that is it's a pretty much too expensive. I would like to see those mid-range cards for AMD stop at $400. And next, I think it's gonna have 2 releases: 970 XT and the 970 non-XT, and that card I would like to see it at $250. With okay, I'm not gonna ask him for the 16 gigabytes of RAM, but a 12 should be an absolute minimum right now, because that card should be excellent, in my opinion. Should be excellent for 4040p gaming, and this one, the XT model from 4K, should be handled very well. So yeah, I'm not gonna make like a lot of people just make a lot of videos around the year from what leaks they make, and I watch those videos, and pretty much you don't find anything interesting in any single of them. That's why I like to see it when they release the product, the price, what the performance have, and give my opinion in which category should consider one of those buying, or if it's actually worth buying in the first place. Because as we can see with the last generation of video cards, the increasing in performance was under expectation, at least, and the prices just go up and up, and pretty much everybody kind of expect not expect that, but they pretty much settle for this new order of the world, that everything is going to increase in price and you should buy it. Like I said, like I make that video about the OnePlus, and everybody should, it should be $1,000 phones. No, it should not be $1,000 phone. It should be $500. Because that's what they used to make. And the same story here with the video cards, especially for Nvidia and AMD also. They should go cheaper if people wants to buy it. They have the same problem with the CPUs from the AMD side. I'm looking for pretty much making a new PC, and I keep standing back because of those prices, and the performance is not worth that much increasing price. And even if they did, I will still not buy it because they are way too expensive now, so you cannot even build your PC. But yeah, back to the video cards. That's what I want to see it. and especially in the future, if the non-XT models, not this generation because it's going to be pretty much very hard to do it, the next generation for the non-XT models, I think it's good to have only 2 models. Like I said, the low range should be integrated graphic cards. You have a mid-range with 2 options, one for 4040p because it's going to stay with us for at least the next 3-5 years, and another one mid-range for the 4K, but like I say, $400 for the 4K model, and 1440p no more than $250. Now for the next generation of non-XT model, I would like to see a non-connection should be just powered by the board. I think that is going to be limited at 75 watts. I would like to see that. I would like to see efficient video cards coming back. I'm not asking for passive cooling. I'm just asking for a video card that just plug in the motherboard and you don't need a power connection to power it. That would be very nice to see from the 1440p video card in the future, not now, because regeneration is pretty much impossible. But for the TDP for this one, I think it's too high. For the non-XT model, I hope it's gonna stop at 150 watts, but we will see when they actually release it, and we're gonna see the information, and we're gonna talk about them then.